have a favour to ask of you.
What is it you need?
If you stop by my place, I'll explain everything to you.
Grosh told me over a few beers that you had a thing with someone from Horshan, and your husband got battered because of it.
Merciful Mary, so Grosh has been blabbing about me to God knows who. The shame of it. I'll have you know I did no such thing. I'm an honest woman.
My apologies. I'm merely repeating what I heard. So how are things between you?
There's a powerful protective charm I desperately need. A Thunderstone. It's a great rarity. But Tomlin Bruthans from Horshan has one. He just won't let me have it. The thing is, he sometimes wages it in fights.
I see. Now it all makes sense to me. So that's why your husband fought him.
Exactly. You see, nothing dishonest. But Stimir is feeling ashamed that young Bruthans gave him a thrashing.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you want me to fight Tomlin and win the stone for you?
Well, yeah. And I know I'm asking a lot, but I'm really desperate. And I have no one else to turn to. I prayed fervently to the Virgin Mary and implored her for help. And now you've shown up. Besides, by the looks of you, you have the strength of a bull, perhaps two. So she surely sent you to help me.
What is a Thunderstone?
Well, they're formed when there's a violent storm with forks of lightning and peals of thunder. The biggest of these are Thunderstones. They fall from the sky with a mighty boom and burrow deep into the earth. After a while, they work their way back up to the surface. And if you're lucky, that's where you'll find them.
What can these stones do?
Well, lots of things. If you have one, it protects you from all harm, helps you in battle, and brings good luck. It also wards off and cures diseases. And if you put it into the rafters of your cottage, you'll be protected from fire and all manner of other calamities.
What does the Thunderstone look like?
Well, from what I saw of Tomlin's, it's the size of a grown man's fist, perhaps a tad bigger, sort of elongated and curiously shaped. It's flat on one side and has a round hole through the middle.
Why are you so desperate for this piece of rock?
That's my business.
Look, if I'm to help you, I need to know what you're going to do with this stone. I don't want to get caught up in any witchcraft.
This is no witchcraft. It's just... Fine. Listen, I'm afraid for my child. And myself. All my babies died shortly after birth. Bless their souls. And birthing is very hard for me. I nearly died last time. The stone has the power to help me and protect my next infant. That's why I want it.
All right, I'll help with your trouble.
Mary, Mother of Mercy, thanks be to the both of you. This means so much to me.
Save your thanks for when I bring it to you.
I shall. Don't you worry about that. We've got some groschen put by, so you'll be handsomely rewarded. I'm also on good terms with Hannah, so I could put a word in for you at the stud farm. She'll give a generous discount if you want to buy a horse from her. And I'll pray and intercede for you, I swear.
All right, you have yourself a deal. I'll go to Horshan and take on that Tomlin fellow.
God bless you. The Broadhands have a big farm. There's a wayside shrine in front of the gate and an orchard out the back. That's where you should find him. But be careful and don't underestimate him. The stone has great power and it won't be easy. God bless you, sir.
Greetings. Do you need something?
Hey, Tomlin. People around here tell me you have a Thunderstone.
People say all sorts of things.
They also say if I beat you in a fight, it's mine.
Those days are over. There was a time I'd put it up for grabs in fights with cocky fools. That much is true. I even had a couple of craftsmen come from the burg to try their luck. But everyone got a thrashing. Well, then I decided to retire. It didn't seem right, and my conscience was getting the better of me. Well, as for you, you've cut the locals down to size. Impressive work. So there's nothing here for you now. But if those fists of yours are still itching, you could try your luck over in Miskovitz. Blood runs hot in those lads, so you'll fit right in like a thumb up an arse. And if you're as stupid as you are brave, there's a shit pit in the burg they call the Hole. They're hard as nails there. Beat the shit out of each other with iron gloves. Fucked up if you ask me, but each to his own.
Look, that's all very well, but it's you I'm here to fight. For the Thunderstone.
Fuck's sake. You're a bleeding half-wit, aren't ya? Let's try again. I'm not fighting for the stone anymore. I found it. It's mine. I'm keeping it.
But Kona from Grund really needs the stone.
Yeah, I know. She came by, and I told her, as I've told everyone else, that I found the stone, so by rights, it's mine. Not just anyone can find a stone like that. Only a person it's destined for. It wouldn't be right to give it to someone else. That would be tempting fate, and nothing good would come of it.
I want to see the stone first.
You what? Don't you believe me? Everyone here knows I have it.
Well, exactly. Everybody knows you have it, so why not show it to me? Besides, I've never seen a magic Thunderstone, and here's my chance. I may never have another.
All right. Have it your way, then. Here it is. Almost as smooth as glass, and pointed at the end. It fits into your hand just right.
Wait, is this really it?
Of course.
I don't think it is.
Well, I think you know fuck all about it, and you wouldn't recognise a Thunderstone if it dropped out of the sky onto your head.
Oh no, wait. I read something about that. How was it? A Thunderstone, otherwise known as fulgur conditum, is an earthly mass struck by lightning, which then conceals itself within. This stone lies buried deep under the earth before ascending to the surface after 7 days. A round hole is punched in the stone itself by the thunderbolt, but your stone has no hole.
Oh, you're a scholar, are ya?
Well, I learned enough to spot when someone tries to hoodwink me with a rock they picked up in a creek.
I didn't mean to deceive you.
Stop fucking me around. I need to find the Thunderstone. Do you have it or not?
I don't have it now. I really did find a Thunderstone. And I had it right up until the other day when it was stolen. I didn't want word to get out because I'd look like a right fool. So I acted like nothing happened. I'm sorry for leading you on. I didn't mean any harm.
And do you have any idea who might have stolen it from you?
If you ask me, it was that Hansel from Rabosh and his little mate Peter. They were ever so curious about it right before it disappeared.
And you didn't do anything about it?
Of course I fucking did. I went to wring their necks, but they disappeared like the steam from my piss. They must have seen me and bolted, which only confirmed my suspicions. I haven't had any luck finding them since then, though, and I don't have time to chase them around the countryside. I have the farm to take care of.
All right. I'll have a look for them.
Well, when you get to Rabosh, take the main road away from the fortress until you reach the first farm on the right. There are hired hands there. That much I found out. If you find the stone, please bring it back to me. I'll make sure you're well rewarded. You have my word. I was the one who found it, so by rights, it's mine. It was destined for me. To mess with fate would only bring bad luck and misfortune.
Tell me, how did you come by the stone in the first place?
That's a secret.
If you came by it honestly, why be so secretive about it?
I'm not hiding anything. I'm just not one to brag, that's all. And until it's back in my hands, I don't want to talk about it.
I can appreciate that, but sharing a story isn't exactly bragging.
All right, then. I found it a couple of years back in a field outside Billany. On the way to Wizard the Quarry. You probably know the place. I was going to take a shortcut through the woods, but there'd been a hell of a storm about a week before. It tore off roofs, carried away some shepherds' huts, even toppled the tower on those fortifications at Gutenberg. And it very nearly flushed us out of here too. A proper act of God it was. Well, the forest was a complete mess, so I couldn't go that way. So I decided I'd go through the field. And all of a sudden, I stumble over something. And what do I see? A Thunderstone right under my foot. Stroke of luck it was.
Nice and slow.
Welcome, sir. What can I do for you?
I need to find a Thunderstone, and I heard you might know of one.
Oh, yeah? Who told you that, then?
Some wayfarer in a tavern.
Really? Which one?
In Horshan.
There's no inn there, but the Bruthans have a farm out there, so I can guess what's going on here.
Well, I suppose you guessed right. Tomlin over Horsham way told me you pinched his Thunderstone. You and some Hensel fellow. So you better come clean before I let Tomlin beat the truth out of you.
Fuck me! So Bruthans made you his lackey? As if that stone hasn't caused enough trouble already.
Yes, I'm a lackey, as you say, and I'm not ashamed of it.
All right. I'm a stable boy myself, so basically a lackey too.
So, from one lackey to another, tell me, where's the stone?
We fucked up. And all because of that stupid stone. I wish we'd never taken it.
So Tomlin was right. It was you. Where's the stone now?
I haven't the faintest. It was all Hensel's idea and he had it on him the whole time. And before you ask, no, Hensel's not here. Andrew is holding him captive.
Oh, for fuck's sake, I'm missing something here, and it's not just the stone. So tell me, what the fuck happened?
We wanted to butcher Andrew Ramhead's band of pillagers, but that's easier said than done. So Hensel got the idea that we could borrow Tomlin Bruthan's magic stone from him to help us fight them like, but Tomlin wasn't having it, so we filched it without him knowing, and then set off after those bandits. But everything went to shit. They caught Hensel and almost killed me and Stislav. So, you come a bit late for that fucking stone. Not that it brought us any luck anyway. If I were you, I'd give it up as a lost cause.
How did your assault go?
Hensel led the way. There was him, me, and Stislav. We wore padded doublets and took hunting knives and axes. Stislav had a bow too. We got within earshot when it all went to shit. Stislav stumbled and yelped. Then they noticed us. After that, everything happened so fast. We charged at them, Hensel up front with us behind. Arrows started raining down. They all missed Hensel, but I was shot in the arm. It hurt like hell. I was screaming and scared shitless. So I took to my heels. I met back here with Stislav. They chased him, but he being so lightly dressed and them in armour, they couldn't keep up.
How many of them were there?
I'd say 5, 6.
You went up against 6 of them?
Of course not. We waited for some of them to go on patrol. That left just 3, though heavily armoured they were. If we'd caught them by surprise, it might have worked.
Why did you want to kill them?
Why? To stop them doing mischief round here. We wanted to help the village. We could hide in fear and moan, or do something about it. And we also wanted to make a bit of a name for ourselves among the locals.
It was brave of you. You wanted to do the right thing. I would have done the same.
Not that it did any good, but thanks. All the folk here now take me for a fool. You're the only one to see it differently.
Who is this Andrew Ramhead?
A mercenary commander from King Sigismund's army. He's been ordered to guard the roads with his men. Or so he says. But apart from that, they also carry out raids, rob the people, mug merchants and steal cattle. And they make the peasants pay tribute. And of course, after our fuck-up, they've turned the screws and are demanding even more. Another reason for everyone round here to hate me.
Where's Stislav, anyway?
I don't know. He was a bundle of nerves after what happened. Packed up and left. I've no idea where he went, and I don't blame him. I'm not exactly doing great myself. It really pissed Andrew off, and now he's even nastier to the villagers than before.
What about the Lord in these parts? I mean, there's a fortress here, so he must have plenty of men-at-arms.
Well, the Lord has decreed that no action is to be taken. He says it's better to put up with these fuckers than to flush them out, because that might raise King Sigismund's hackles and he'd only dispatch more troops. That's what I heard, anyway.
Where can I find this, Andrew?
Are you fucking with me?
No. I'm sorry about what happened to you, but I badly need to find that stone. You don't just lose something like that. And from what you said, it seems I don't have much choice.
I'm telling you, that stone's cursed. Weren't you listening to me?
Can you hear yourself? You attacked a band of hardened mercenaries. Anyone else would have paid for that with their life, but not one of you was killed. Not to mention that this Hensel, the one with the stone, wasn't hit by a single arrow. But you were.
Sakura, I never thought of it that way. You know, you might be right.
You see? Now tell me where this camp of theirs is.
You'll come across some ponds between Raborj and Bohunjovic. Near one of them, there's a fork where wayfarers sometimes camp if they're stuck for a place to stay. From that fork, follow the water downstream, and you should find the ruins of an old mill.
And that's where they're holding Hensel? The one with the stone?
Yeah, there. But if I were you, I'd stay off the path. Take the hill and nip through the woods. You'll get to some rocks overlooking the mill. You'll have a bird's eye view of everything from there. That's the way we went too. But make sure they don't spot you. There's a good chance they've upped their guard after our attack.
Sound advice. Thanks.
Look, what's your plan anyway?
Well, I'm thinking if I can find Andrew, I'll find Hensel. And then I'll finally get to the bottom of this shit with the Thunderstone.
Just be careful, because Andrew's a cunning fucker. Look, since you're going there anyway, I know I'm not in a position to ask you for anything, but still, do you think you could rescue Hensel?
Why doesn't the local lord do it?
'Cause he doesn't give a shit, for Christ's sake. He cares nothing for the likes of us, understand? Hensel's just a stable boy who toils with his hands. No lord's going to do a deal with Andrew for him.
And how, pray, do you expect me to do that?
I don't know, just something. 'Cause if you don't, I don't know who will. Andrew's a greedy bastard. Some coin might do it. Or you could sneak in quietly and slip back out with Hensel.
How about I just kill them all?
I thought best not to suggest that. You know how we ended up. But, you know, whatever you think's best. It's just, they're pretty tough and well armed, you know.
I'll manage somehow. But the whole thing's getting so messy, it's almost like the stone's power is interfering somehow. If I find a way, I'll help Hensel.
Thank you so much! May all the saints be with you, and I hope you have better luck than we did.
This is our place. Get out of here, or I'll make short work.
I want to talk to Andrew Ramhead.
All right. You'll find the commander at the entrance to the encampment. But be quick. No fooling around.
Hey, you there. This is a military encampment, not an alehouse. So you better have good reason to be here. And I'll be glad to hear it. Welcome to my humble encampment, lad. In the name of Sigismund, by the grace of God, King of Hungary and Croatia, tell me what you're doing here and what your intentions are.
Sorry, I didn't catch your name. Who are you?
I'm the one asking the fucking questions. But lucky for you, I'm in a good mood, so I'll answer yours. Andrew Ramhead's the name. Mercenary commander presently in the pay of King Sigismund. Our orders are to patrol the countryside against rebels and vermin, keep order, and guard the ways round here against bandits.
Kindly spare this man, for he's actually a noble lord. And listen carefully. I am Chenyek of Krumberg, sent by the king's army. The commanders have heard that instead of guarding the roads, you've been robbing and fleecing the local people, and they're bloody livid. So from now on, you'll follow orders, or be pilloried and forfeit your pay.
Sorry, sir. It's just, we haven't been paid for a while, so we've been taking a little on the side, here and there. That was the deal, wasn't it? Live off the enemy's land?
Enough of your excuses. Your conduct has been indefensible. You will desist immediately, return what you were plundered, and hand over to me the local stable boy in your custody.
Very well, sir. As you wish. You can take the prisoner right away. He's tied up, back there, in the dilapidated hut. And please, accept this small, humble gift from me, for causing you such a journey to right our wrongs. Thank you, sir, for not sending us straight to the pillory. Thank you, sir, for not sending us straight to the pillory.
Hey, clear off! By all the saints, don't leave me here! Please, untie me!
Right now.
Relax. I'm getting there.
Thanks.
Fuck off before I kill you!
Get out! Somebody ought to grab it by the scruff of the neck.
Thank you so much. You have no idea how grateful I am, but I'm not hanging around here any longer. Let's get out of here before those thieving bastards change their minds. Whatever you want, but first, I need to get out of here, all right?
Are you alright?
Yeah, I am. All things considered. Thanks for rescuing me. You have no idea how grateful I am. God knows what they would have done to me in the end. All that aside, who are you, anyway?
Henry.
I'm Hensel, and I owe you big time, Henry. Though, in all honesty, I'm not sure why I was worth all that trouble. But grateful nonetheless.
Peter told me what happened.
Peter? Well, thank the saints for him. So he's safe and sound, is he?
In a manner of speaking. He got shot, but nothing serious.
What about Stislav?
From what I hear, Stislav made it out unscathed too. But what happened scared him so much he scarpered.
Sakra. At least he's alive. I was worried about them both. It's all my fault, you know. Oh, I dread to think what could have happened to him.
Listen, it wasn't exactly by chance that I ran into Peter either. I was looking for you in the village because of the Thunderstone you stole from Tomlin in Horsham, who by the way is royally fucking upset with you.
Well, I suppose I would be too if I were him. But I have to say, the whole Thunderstone idea was the stupidest I've ever had. It brought us no luck, no protection. Well, the opposite, in fact.
Let's forget that for a moment. What I really need to know is where the stone ended up.
You won't be surprised to hear. Ramed snatched it from me when I was captured. He didn't believe it had any powers, but he has a nose for money. That's all that matters to him. From what I heard, he sold it in Sukdal to some farmer's wife, I think he said, Mlada or something. Well, from the edge of the village.
Sakra. That stone really is cursed. Well, there's nothing for it. I'm off to Sukdal.
Hold your horses. That wasn't the only thing I heard. There's this pond below Raborsh, right? And on the bank, across from the village, there's a small crag. Somewhere around there, they hid some of their spoils.
Well, they hid it all right, but not well enough.
What? You filched Andrew's stash? Well, good for you. Serves the bastard right. I was going to cast an eye there myself, but I see there's no need to bother now. Well, thanks again for everything, and God be with you wherever you may go.
I'm at your service, sir.
Good day. What would you like?
I heard you bought a Thunderstone from Andrew Ramhead. Is that so?
Well, it is. What's it to you?
Andrew Ramhead took it from Hensel from Warhorse, who in turn stole it from Tomlin Brookhans down Horseshan way.
And? I don't know those people. Even if it's true, I knew nothing about it. I bought the stone fair and square, and for good money. My husband's gravely ill and nothing's helping. The stone is to heal him.
And what ails your husband?
Peter went to lie down one afternoon and he hasn't budged since. He's not eating, and he's barely talking to anyone. What's worse, soon after he took ill, a Minerva owl perched on the roof one evening.
A Minerva owl? I assume that doesn't bode well, does it?
No, not at all. An owl on your roof means death is closing in. That's why I need the stone. If it weren't for the stone, I'm sure Peter would be gone by now.
So am I to understand that if your husband heals, you won't need the stone?
Well, a stone like this is a precious thing. It can still protect us from all manner of misfortune.
But you bought it to save your husband.
That may be, but I'll not be wanting to lose that stone.
How about this? I'll try to help your husband, and if I succeed, you'll gift me the stone.
Why would I do that? The stone is bound to help him.
What if the power of the stone brought me here to help your husband?
I hadn't thought of it like that.
So, how about we make a deal?
All right, but only if you help him.
Of course. I'll take a look at him and see what I can do.
And please hurry. With that owl and everything, I'm quite sure the Reaper's nearby. You'll find Peter in his room.
All right. I'll take a look at him and see if there's anything I can do. It's usually a good idea to speak to others who are close to the sufferer. That may be able to explain a few things, especially if the patient himself isn't very communicative.
Aha. I see you really have done this before. I'm starting to believe that stone really did draw you here. So, ask around on the farm if you need to. We'll all be at your service.
Perfect. I'll get on with it. And I'd better check the whole room, just in case.
Do whatever it takes to help Peter.
Can you think of something that might help me heal him? Anything?
I can't. I'm desperate myself. I've tried just about everything. Peter is just an ordinary cooper. We've lived here for years. We go to church. My husband doesn't travel outside the village often. This last time he had some business in Bechgau near Golin, but he came back empty-handed, breathless and confused. He was fumbling around here for a few days, not doing his job, just spending time in his workshop. Lord knows what he was doing in there. Then he went to bed, and since then, he's just been lying there. He doesn't eat. Not even the potions are helping. He doesn't sleep a wink at night. At least, I don't think he does. If I stopped sleeping too, our homestead would fall apart.
I'll ask him why he can't sleep. What's tormenting him?
Try that. He won't speak to me about anything. It's as if he was keeping secrets from me. Or maybe just protecting me from something. See you later, my friend.
All sorts of medicines. I can ask Peter if they're helping him.
My heart's going to break. Let it be over with. Damn it.
Peter is fasting. I should talk to him about it. Peter, my name is Henry. I'm here to help you.
Another poor bloke that's to deal with me. As if Marda didn't have enough on her plate already.
I'll try to figure out what's wrong with you. I'll examine you. Just by eye. Pale skin, dark circles under the eyes, a downcast expression on the face. I don't see any bruises. A few calluses and cuts on the hands. Nothing unusual for a craftsman after a hard day in the workshop.
I told you, I'm not in any pain. Just let me lie here.
Irritability. No foul odour. Bodily humours aren't leaking. And you aren't bleeding.
But I will when Sigismund's horde gets here.
Why would Sigismund attack Suchtal?
He does as he pleases. You have no idea how many villages he's plundered already.
I reckon attacking a village protected by a fortress is the last thing Sigismund would want to do now.
The fortress is what's bothering him. That's why he'll destroy it. And us with it.
I don't know about that. Don't be alarmed. I need to take a closer look. Let's see. No swelling. No cancer on the skin. Does this hurt?
Nothing hurts.
Your palms are cold. Your muscles are tense. And your heart's pounding so hard you could hear it all the way to Prague. You seem like you're ready to fight. Or flee.
They're getting close now.
Who is?
The soldiers. Sigismund's men.
Well, physically, you seem fine, Peter. It's strange.
I'm a weakling. A weakling.
What are your nights like? Mladder said you don't sleep much.
I just stare at the wall. I try to sleep during the day, but it's not much better.
Well, it's certainly no fever or pain that's ailing you. I assume it's dark thoughts that keep you up at night.
I can't fall asleep. Because of all the noblemen who keep coming to Lord Pisek's fortress, I'm always hearing hoofbeats, and they startle me.
So Lord Pisek likes to host nobles at his fortress? What's so unusual about that?
And what do you think they're doing here, eh? Preparing for war. That's what.
If Lord Pisek was about to go to war, he'd be gathering a lot more men here than a couple of nobles.
Folk ought to be scared to leave the village. Mezoles is gone. And when I saw Abatowitz, Suchtol is next. I'm sure of it.
What am I going to do with you, Peter? There's nothing wrong with you physically, so it must be an ailment of the soul. The chamomile decoctions will help calm your mind, but you'll have to change your diet as well, so you don't just drink potions. And last but not least, some words of encouragement wouldn't be amiss. You'll be back on your feet in no time. I'll get things ready and be back soon. Peter, let's talk about how we can help you. I have some suggestions for treatment.
I'm listening.
You need to start eating again, even if you don't have an appetite. First, ask Mladder to get you some honey and add it to your gruel.
You think some honey is gonna save me?
It'll give you stamina without irritating your stomach, first of all. But you have to admit Mother Nature has it well thought out. Where bloodwort helps with bleeding and feverfew with fevers, honey coats your humours so that they can't get out of balance so easily. Any melancholia wanting to take hold of you would have to make its way through thick honey, so it could hardly get from your stomach to your head. And soon you'll be as busy as a bee again, and getting on swimmingly. Which brings me to my next piece of advice. Start eating fish more regularly. Some nice fatty ones, ideally. Fat in the belly will surely stop gloom from getting through. Same as with the honey.
I suppose that makes sense.
You should drink the chamomile decoction.
Great. Another potion.
This one will help you sleep. Once your body gets used to sleeping at night and staying awake during the day, you'll feel much better. You'll see. Proper sleep will chase away the gloom. And if restlessness tries to take hold of you again, your body will have the strength to fight it. Every morning you'll be stronger and stronger until you're able to work again.
We'll see about that.
Listen, Peter. I know you're worried about the army that's passing through the country. I'm not much of a speaker, but let me tell you something from the heart. If you're scared of Sigismund's soldiers, trust me when I tell you, when it comes down to it, it ends up being a one-on-one fight. And you'd be surprised how much strength and courage you can find when you're backed into a corner. So don't run from your fear. Laugh in its face instead.
I'm not worried about myself. I'm worried about Mlada.
Then keep reminding yourself of that. Look at me, a blacksmith's son. Why do you think I am who I am now? Because I decided I'll never turn my back on my loved ones again.
You're right. I mustn't leave Mlada to fend for herself.
Don't run from the fight. Especially the one going on inside your head. A bit of prayer won't hurt. Lord, have mercy on Peter here, and lift from him the weight of his affliction. For you have laid upon him this affliction to try him. And you see that Peter, O Lord, endures your trial patiently and without contradiction. Unless you, O Lord, relieve Peter of his illness, no physician in the world can. I beg of you, O Lord, heal his soul and let his body once again find its lost balance. Amen.
Amen.
Well then, I've tried my best, and I hope it's helped at least a little. I'll come back in a few days and see how you and Mlada are doing. I examined Peter, found out what I could, and tried to cure him. I'll come back to see you in a few days. Until then, it's hard to say how things will turn out.
Thank you. I'll pray for you and for Peter's recovery.
Besides praying, you can brew up some of the chamomile decoction. It's made of wine, chamomile, and sage. You boil the ingredients briefly, then strain. It's not difficult, and even if you don't do it exactly right, it'll still help Peter.
I'll learn how to do it. Thank you very much, Henry. I hope things turn out all right.
How is Peter doing?
Henry, it helped. Peter got up in the morning and went straight to work. I can tell he's still fighting something in his head, though. He looks fearfully to the horizon, but hopefully things will get better with time. It won't go away as quickly as it came, but we'll get through it somehow.
Just keep giving him hope.
I will. You can count on it.
I'm glad I could help. But don't forget our deal. The Thunderstone is mine now.
But the stone helped Peter. We need it, and I'll never be able to afford another one. It'll protect our homestead. And what if Peter's illness returns? Then I'll need the stone again.
The stone has great power, but it's used up all the strength it had for you. Now it's time for it to help others.
You're right. Here, it's rightfully yours. It's hard to give it up, knowing how much I spent on it. That's why I can't give you anything else as a reward right now. But believe me, I'll spread the word of how you helped us around the village.
Thank you. That's good enough for me.
God be with you, sir.
Hey, Tomlin. I ran into that Hensel from Warhorse, and he told me that he stole your Thunderstone.
That fucking thief. I knew it was him. So, did you get my stone from the prick?
No. Bandit snatched it from him, and it ended up with some ladder down Suchdol way.
Ah, fuck shit. I can't believe it. Look, Henry, I'm sorry I lied to you about the stone. I just didn't want word to get out it had been stolen. Might be a laughing stock.
You lied to me. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's a liar.
Stop your preaching. But speaking of the stone, it's still rightfully mine. It was me who found it. It's what the heavens wanted. If you get your hands on it, you'll give it back, won't you? I'll make it worth your while. You can be sure of that.
All right, I'll think about it. Assuming, of course, I find the stone in the first place. I've got a few questions about this Thunderstone.
Of course.
You really think this Thunderstone can help you?
Well, why else would I want it?
I'm just wondering if it wouldn't be better to handle it a little more like a good Christian. Go to church, petition a saint, or go on a pilgrimage to Prague, perhaps, or to Regensburg, Rome.
Take a look around you. Do you really expect me to go on a pilgrimage right now? Anyway, of course I went to church and prayed to Our Lady, our protector, and she sent me you.
All right, I get it. Thanks. I think I have all I need to know. I found the Thunderstone.
Really? Oh, God bless you, Henry. Without the stone, I don't know what I would do. Or what else could help me.
Well, you don't have to worry about that now. Take the stone. I hope it helps you.
Thank you so much. You have no idea how much this means to me. This stone will make giving birth easier and save my baby's life.
Glad to have been of service.
I'll get Hannah to give you a lower price at the stud farm, as I promised. And you know what? I'll share a piece of wisdom my grandmother taught me. She said you need to brew nightshade with twice as much mugwort and a good splash of brandy.
Hold on. I know that concoction, and it's no laughing matter. So please, never ever try to brew this yourself. Such concoctions should only be prepared by a properly trained apothecary. If anyone else makes it, it could end badly.
My, what a scholar you are. But you've been so helpful, I believe you. And I promise not to brew it myself or tell anyone else about it. So at least drop by to see my Demir. He's a very skilled man. And since you've been so helpful, if you like, perhaps he'll let you in on some of his blacksmithing secrets. Oh, and I also have some money put aside for emergencies, so you can have that. It's not much, but it's all I can give you.
Hold on to your money. I'm sure it'll come in handy for you at some point. I was glad I could help. So let's leave it at that.
Oh, Mother Mary, what a noble man you are. Thank you.